So how was your drive? Drive worked out okay?
Surprisingly easier than I thought it would be. I remember when we went to Pensacola, it seemed like it was a lot longer.
It was 10 hours, but to Jacksonville, that's for, what?
It's 16.
16?
Yeah, so a little bit longer. But for some reason, it just went by a lot quicker, a lot easier.
You just crushed it one go?
One go.
Y'all are animals.
Woke up at 8:30 and then just headed back and got back like at 11:44. No, like 12. Around the dot.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Y'all traded off, too, I assume.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah?
totally. No,
Alright,
someone couldn't do that.
That's
the entire
insane.
time. Yeah.
That's insane. Too much.
The tough part was driving with no lights on the road, just dark country, and your eyes just start drooping down. 'Cause you just can't stay open.
Tired, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we got through it.
I know it well. I know that feeling well.
Yeah, all the way to Florida.
All the way to Florida, all the way back?
Or
all the way from Florida, you flew there. That's
when you
right.
visited your dad in Orlando? He's in Orlando, right?
He's outside of Orlando.
Outside
like 40
of Orlando,
minutes
yeah.
out.
But
yeah.
when you went there, you didn't drive, did you? You flew a plane?
We drove. When I visited him, no, I flew 2 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
But when we moved him down there, we drove.
Okay.
We broke that up 2 days because there's 4 of us. So and 4 of us and some dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, all right, yeah, let's break this up.
Yeah.
And then like they had to do like a bunch of other stuff, house stuff. So yeah,
they had to stop. That seems like a shitty trip.
I'm gonna stop this recording real quick, but I'm gonna leave this part in because we forgot to get waters.
I thought that, and I was like, well, I guess it's gonna be a dry episode.
We are gonna need to get some waters. So hold on. 3,
That's good.
2, 1, pause. And now we have some waters. So
yes.
now, Connor, let's go ahead and drop some sense on him. What's poppin', players? Welcome back to the 2 Penny Gamescast, episode 47. 47.
Almost
Connor.
50.
We're almost
Got
a year.
3 more weeks.
We got 5 more weeks, and then we've been doing this shit for a year.
Yeah, actually.
Look at
around
us.
the same time, huh?
Look at us doing the damn thing.
We haven't
Now,
missed a week.
We haven't, not one. And ladies and gentlemen, it'll continue to be that way. In case you didn't know, you can catch the show every Monday, 8 a.m. Whether rain, snow, or just some beautiful sunshine.
That's summer, so
Sometimes it's just 90, 95 degrees and it's really hot and you're put on the patio for some reason and you're sweating and you want to die and
it's not humid Florida, so I'm fine with Texas weather in comparison.
nope, fuck it. Still sucks and I hate it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they'll deal with it.
Whether rain or shine. Last week, we dropped our top 10 favorite video games of all time. Phil joined us for it, and it was a long episode, including the Mass Effect After the Hype spoiler cast, which you can catch the breakout episode for now if you don't want to listen to the full 3-hour and 40-minute episode that was episode 46. But here, on episode 47, we are back to the news. And on this beautiful Monday at 8 a.m. Central, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Subscribe, like, comment, get that interaction up for us, man. It really does help a lot. We got some comments on the last episode. It was great.
I didn't even see those.
We got 1 or 2 comments. It was fantastic. Love to see it.
Telling us to go die or something?
No, they were all nice.
Nice.
They say, hey, great episode as usual, and we appreciate that. We really, really do. You can also catch the first 3 hours of me playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I played live on twitch.tv/2pennygames and threw up the first couple of hours, just like I did the first couple of hours of Mass Effect, Legendary Edition. So, you can go watch that. Our review for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart will be at the end of this episode, along with an After the Hype for Spyro the Dragon. That's right, After the Hype, our review show for Hype Have You Ever Played that we do over at twitch.tv/2pennygames every Tuesday, 1 p.m. Central Time. Me and Phil, we go through, we show each other a game that the other one has never played. This last week, I played Spyro the Dragon for the first time, and ladies and gentlemen, you're just gonna have to stick around to watch to find out how I felt about that. But Phil will also be joining us for the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart review because he's been playing it along with me, and it's gonna be a good old time. You can catch out breakouts for both the review of Ratchet and Clank out now by the time you're hearing this, and go click on that, give it a like, all of that, and the After the Hype will be going up tomorrow, Tuesday, 8 a.m. Make sure to join us this Tuesday for Hype. Mass Effect continues, Connor. Mass Effect 2, we're bringing it back.
Maybe surprise Phil with some grand new adventures,
some
new adventures,
some twists, turns, characters. What are them Reapers doing, Connor? What are they doing out there?
What are they doing?
What are they doing in deep space?
He'll find out.
He'll find out. He'll find out. It's going to be a good time. I gave him a little hint. If you listened to the spoiler cast last week, Rex survived his playthrough. And I don't remember if I told him on mic or if I told him later, but I said, because Rex survived, you have locked in another character's death. He took some guesses as to who that might be, and he may or may not have been right. We'll find out. We'll find out. We did some off-camera humor right there, just for us. Anyway,
you can't see it,
ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into it. Now, normally every week we come to you with the new news that you need to know about in the video game industry. However, this week it's pretty much just E3. We are in the midst of E3. We record on Sundays, so we have finished the Xbox and Bethesda conference. We have finished the Square Enix presents. The Ubisoft Forward happened. A couple of other things happened. The Summer Game Fest had their kickoff event.
2021.
I'm excited to see what else Summer Game Fest has coming for us. But this week we're pretty much just going to be listen. Real talk, ladies and gentlemen. Xbox brought the heat. We're going to spend a lot of time on Xbox.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the other stuff that caught our interest and we thought was interesting as well. But for the most part, we're going to talk about Xbox because it's really the only one that's had any level of consequence this year so far.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, how do you feel about that there E3 so far?
It's been pretty underwhelming. The Xbox one was the best one because it had the most amount of games, enough to where even if you didn't find all of them interesting or certain ones interesting, there was at least something for most people. I'm pretty confident everyone will kind of go away from it saying, that game piqued my interest, that one I'm excited for, it's good to know the status of that game. So that was good.
This game's not for me, but somebody likes it. Yeah.
Microsoft was like that. Square Enix, which we just watched, was bad. It was not good. Definitely,
bit of a dud.
Yeah. I don't know if... I didn't watch the Ubisoft one.
Dud.
It seems like it was a little bit better than that one, but still not good.
Ubisoft mostly just updates on their live service games. Rainbow Six Extraction had a really good showing. And then the announcement of Mario plus Rabbids and whatever that Avatar game is. Who cares?
Yeah.
So, and then, Summer Games Fest, cool, neat. Jeff Keighley's still trying to get his feet, I think, still trying to get that show off the ground. Not as established as his Game Awards are. But
no.
I think in time, Summer Games Fest could be something cool.
Definitely had one of the biggest reveals this past weekend.
And
but
we're gonna get into all later. Of that. But let's go ahead, jump straight into the Xbox showcase with Bethesda. Now, Connor, they came out fucking swinging.
Yep.
They said 30 games, 27 of which are going to Game Pass. Big flex. Mm-hmm. Big fucking flex.
It's time for them to really start pushing forward that Games Pass there, because now they just have all of these amazing new games that you can just get on Game Pass.
And they're doing the damn thing. And let me tell you what, Connor, I told you this off mic earlier today. 2021 is the year that I become a Game Pass subscriber.
Yeah.
It's happening, man. It has to.
You have a PC?
I have a PC. I'm going to play all my Xbox games on my PC. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic. I'm going to have a great time. So, let's get right into it. They came out the gate swinging. Always an important thing to do for your E3 conferences. You start well, you end well. Now, their ending, solid, but not like the most exciting thing in the world. But their start, that's how you do it. They punch you right in the face. Not Phil Spencer, fucking Todd Howard. Bethesda, baby, coming right out saying, hey, we got this big RPG coming. You motherfuckers better get ready for it, Starfield.
And they gave a release date for it.
They gave us a release date.
11/11/22.
11/11/22. 11 years after Skyrim. Same day. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Date.
Month.
I don't believe them.
Ooh, you don't believe them?
I don't believe them for a fucking second.
They got to get out that Elder Scrolls soon, Tavin. So maybe they're just trying to get this out.
Trying to get through it. Nah. This is gonna be their big thing. We're gonna have Starfield release after Starfield release, just like we had with Skyrim. So the Elder Scrolls 6 isn't coming until at least 26 at this point. I'm gonna guess. But yeah, Starfield. We got a nice little cinematic trailer. Yep. Some in-engine stuff, it looked like, maybe. I don't know.
No gameplay. We don't know what combat's like. If there is combat. I'm assuming there is.
I'm assuming there is as well.
Don't know why there wouldn't be.
My thing is, the thing I want to know is, are y'all using a new engine?
Yes.
They've confirmed that.
I think they confirmed it. Because, like, the next Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah, I think they've said Starfield is going
to. So it has to use that same
be
engine.
Their first game in their new engine.
I mean, it is their new IP, so they gotta kind of bring something new to the table.
Do something new. This game is going to be really important for Bethesda. Not, the greatest track record of late, You know,
Fallout 4 disappointed people.
Fallout 76, big disappointment. Fallout 4, you know, not the biggest pop ever. And then, you know, some other weird moves and things that that have been done over the last few years. Not the best look on them right now.
Definitely a downfall from the days of when Skyrim was being announced and everyone was hype about them being the big game company.
Exactly. Definitely a step back from being like the guys.
Yeah.
You know, you know, now it's like fucking Insomniac and Sucker Punch and you know, shout out to Obsidian.
Santa
Obsidian,
Monica,
doing a great job. Santa Monica's doing a great job. A lot of great studios out there, man. And, you know, Bethesda, I still believe has some greatness in them.
Oh, they're not done. They're not done yet.
They're not done.
Yeah,
but
these next Starfield and even Elder Scrolls will be a deciding factor. So there's still going to be players for the next couple of years, but we really just got to hope that their new games are going to pack a punch.
100%. Now, probably the biggest flex of the entire Starfield thing, Xbox exclusive.
Yes.
No PlayStation ponies over here. No Sony ponies over here. You know,
that was the thing we had talked about a couple episodes ago about Elder Scrolls games and Starfield.
Yep.
What's it going to come to? So now we have the confirmation.
When Microsoft acquired Take Two. Who owns ZeniMax?
ZeniMax, yeah,
ZeniMax.
Of course. When they announced that, people were like, okay, maybe that's going to be on Xbox and PC now, and no PlayStation. So
no PlayStation. Great to get that confirmation. Really a nice like flex and swing, and you know, really Xbox just showing their big dick energy that they've got.
Yeah,
you know, they said, hey, we spent the last 3-4 years acquiring all these studios, spending literally billions of dollars to get all of this foundation built, and now we show you what we fucking got.
Yeah, they got Xbox Games Pass.
They got some hitters.
Yeah, those studios, they got everything.
Some shooters out here, my man. Following that, Stalker 2 gameplay trailer coming out April 28th, 2022. Looked cool.
Looks very, very nice, especially when you compare it to the other Stalker games, which, although good and have a really nice aesthetic going on, obviously not the best graphics at the time.
Really
at least,
good
I don't
trailer.
think it was.
I liked how the trailer was structured.
Yes, it was.
With the going to this campfire, telling a story, and then we're cutting back, and it's like these wild, crazy adventures of us like scouting through a bandit town, or like
find
these
those artifacts.
Weird aliens getting caught up in some weird interdimensional shit.
Yeah,
you know?
though my familiarity with Stalker is from the reviews by this YouTuber, or overviews, I guess, Seth Zintatch. But I ended up playing. I always get them confused. Call of Pripyat, the second game that came out, and it's very nice. I can see why it's gotten that cult following and is now trying to establish itself as a popular IP, because you know at this point in time, a lot of people know what Stalker is, and it looks very nice. It looks very appealing and to a wider audience, so they could be really using that as a springboard to try and bring that name to the forefront of big games.
Yep. First person shooter. A lot of first-person shooters coming, this fall and early next year, man. So April 28th next year. It doesn't have my enough of my interest to say I'll play it right now, but it could get there. It could get there. I like the Metro vibes. I like it. I like that it's fully in Russian.
Yeah,
something about that. That's a choice, man. That's a choice, and I was fucking with it.
Because you see, that was in one of the Stalker games, there was a mod that allowed everybody to speak in Russian. Because in the original, at least, I don't know if you can change it, but in the game that I played and seen, it's in English. And it is nice to have that Russian dialogue that makes it seem more immersive. So,
do you think that was just for promo, and then there is an option to switch to some English?
I mean, there probably is, because you know how people are about subtitles. They want to hear things in their own language.
Right, yeah. Says, not Sekiro. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
It's, you know, very highly, or very prominently pushed the, hey, play it in Japanese, thing. Following that, Back for Blood, October 12th, coming out.
We saw
another great showing.
Yeah,
another great showing of Back for Blood.
It's already got my money at this point. Yep, because it looks so fun. So it's really just a matter of putting.
Well, you know what it has now, Connor?
What?
It has my Game Pass money.
Yeah, you will be getting that, won't you?
Yeah, I'll be going through the Game Pass for that one right there. Very excited for Back for Blood. Very excited for this spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. Ironically, that Left 4 Dead type game, that's the new hotness apparently, because there's 3 or 4 games coming out, and we're gonna get to one or two of them here in a minute. The Rainbow Six Extraction, for example, very Left 4 Dead-esque, more tactical, of course. The Rainbow Six, that it is. So, but Back for Blood, Very excited for it. Looks very good.
I like how they showed more. I don't know if they showed it before, but the whole PvP where people take on the role of zombies, the super zombies. Had they shown that in the past?
I don't think they have. Didn't interest me. I'm cool. I
remember it was in Left 4 Dead 2 and people liked it. So
wasn't in Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah. People play the jockeys and stuff.
Really struck me of some Resident Evil 6 shit. So I was like, I'm cool. After that, an Xbox exclusive game announced, partnering with Avalanche Studios, Contraband. Co-op open world game, nothing else to really go on.
Yeah, we have to see more from that.
I was getting from the trailer, I was getting maybe some Payday vibes.
Payday, yeah.
Maybe
Payday seems like I mean, you're obviously playing criminals.
Some type of heist.
Yeah.
You're heisting some kind.
Maybe
some GTA
stuff.
5 / Payday type stuff happening.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Could be interesting.
Sea of Thieves has an update coming June 22nd. Pirates of the Caribbean crossover.
It looked fun.
Captain Jack Sparrow is here. Yeah, sure.
We don't play it.
Huh?
We don't play Sea of Thieves, so we're...
And you know what? We won't.
Yeah, it's not the kind of game I would get into, but people love playing that game, and people in the chat of the stream that I was watching seemed to show a lot of interest in it.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, because from what I saw from the chat, a lot of people were saying things like ZZZ, Skip, new Elden Ring trailer.
Who cares? Everybody's... That's what these mainstream Twitch audiences do. They're just there to just troll and be assholes.
But when that game came up, people were like, okay, that looks pretty cool. No one really shat on that I saw.
Everyone's like, you know what? I do like Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I do. He's good. I like it. Next, the entire Yakuza franchise is coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. Very exciting. Very cool.
Like a Dragon.
I think everybody's like that. Like a Dragon included.
Mm-hmm.
The what is it called? The remake ones for 1 and 2.
Kiwami?
Kiwami. Yeah. Those are there. They're all there. Very exciting.
I would like to get into them, but they're long games.
You know what? If there's ever a way to do it, now that's how you do it. Game Pass them
Game
bitches.
Pass.
And just fucking take a summer.
Yeah.
And just crush them.
You'd save money at that point.
Exactly.
They're buying the whole games.
Exactly. Next, Battlefield 2042 did some gameplay.
Yep. To be honest, that caught my attention. That Battlefield hasn't done since 3 came out all those years ago. The main reason why, this is purely from a multiplayer perspective. I don't know if they're even doing a single player
There's
campaign.
not confirmed no camp because we haven't talked about this because Battlefield 2042 got announced this last week. No battle royale modes, no campaign.
Just straight up multiplayer. Yeah, okay. So that even makes it a little bit better because now I know they're not having their focus elsewhere. One of the things that actually really interested me about the multiplayer gameplay that we saw is an issue that I've always had with past Battlefields is that it could take a while to get where you need to go in these grand maps, battles going on.
One of the main things that turns me off is running for 2 minutes to get to a fight and dying immediately.
And then having to run back. There's not a lot of movement going on unless you're in a vehicle, which obviously, either you're going to have to stay in that vehicle to, do more damage if it's a tank or a plane or something like that, or you're going to have to hop out and hope you don't get shot. But with the new game, it seems with the addition of things like the wingsuit, things with changing out your class while you're on the ground, a grappling hook, which, of course, who's not going to add
They had that great
hook?
moment of sitting in the elevator and changing your loadout on the fly. That was cool.
That was cool. A little bit crisis-y. Very much like a Crisis inspiration. And also, vehicles just being dropped on your side while you're running to whatever objective you're going to. It seems like...
Calling in the vehicles.
Yeah. It seems like it's a lot more fast-paced and a lot more movement is going to be involved.
Very like MGS5, like Fulton
system.
Type.
Yeah. So here's your tank, here's your helicopter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, that cleared up the main issue I would have with Battlefield multiplayer. So if it does have a more fast-paced feel to it, I could see myself playing this. Wait and see how people respond to it.
Also worth noting, like they had a heavy emphasis on like weather in that gameplay trailer. So like a sandstorm was coming in, and everybody's running from the sandstorm. Everybody trying to get inside and stuff. So that was cool. I'd really like that there was like a tornado at one point. I want to see how that like actually affects gameplay and level design because Battlefield famous for that levolution. They call it because the level evolves over the course of the map and as buildings get destroyed and so forth. Here's my thing. That gameplay trailer looked like Battlefield to me. Mm-hmm. And just because they sped everything up so that they could fit it within 2 minutes doesn't mean we're not going to have the same problem of running for 2 minutes and then dying immediately in that same thing that Battlefield does.
You see, it depends entirely how the game is structured. Each match is structured. Because if it's a lot more closer, less distance closing.
128 players. It's going to be big maps.
It's going to be a big map, but I hope with the addition of more easy access to vehicles and the movement, you may see some change on that front. Keep my eye open for it. See how I enjoy it.
It's a pass for me, but I've never been a Battlefield fan.
Yeah.
So, 12 minutes. Little quick trailer, mostly just to get the release date out.
Yeah, because it's been in. I've seen it on Steam a lot, and it's always said, release date NA.
Yeah.
It hasn't come out yet. So.
Yeah, this one been circulating for a long, long time. I first took notice of it like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the 12 minutes. I'm very excited to play it. Sort of like some kind of narrative, Groundhog Day-esque, like figure it out. You're on a time limit here thing. August 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Very soon. Very exciting. Can't wait to play it. Psychonauts 2 gameplay trailer. August 25th. You know what? I'm gonna go back.
You played the first one.
I didn't play the first one.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Oh.
I bought the first one.
Oh, you bought it. Okay.
Loaded up the main menu and then turned it off. But you know what? This inspired me. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it next month.
Looks quirky.
July.
Oh,
I've got some time in July. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. That's a dedication. I'll see if you dedicate to that.
I'm gonna do it. Psychonauts. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna play this second one because I want to play it on Game Pass. This will be the game I get Game Pass. No, 12 minutes is the game I'm getting Game Pass for. But
was 12 minutes on Game Pass?
Yes.
I know there was 3 that weren't.
No, it was like Far Cry, Battlefield, something else. I forgot. Among Us?
That would make sense if it was.
No, it wasn't Among Us. It was something else.
Among Us is on Game Pass?
Nah, I can't remember.
Huh.
No, Among Us is coming to Game Pass.
Okay.
But it was something else is not coming to Game. I forget what it is. Anyways, but yeah, 12 minutes. Psychonauts 2. I'm gonna be playing those. Those are my August games.
Yeah.
Right there. Next, we jumped back into Bethesda. We mostly just got some updates from this point forward from Bethesda. Nothing really new until the end.
Mm-hmm.
Doom Eternal getting next gen updates coming to Game Pass, etc., etc., etc. Pretty much all the Bethesda games of note are coming to Game Pass. Your Praise, your what is that? Resident Evil 4, Evil Within.
Evil Within.
Fallout 76 getting some updates and expansions. Elder Scrolls Online getting some updates and expansions. Cool for people who like those games.
Yeah.
Fallout 76, I hear, kind of turning the corner, but like not quite there yet.
Maybe these 2 expansions might make it viable in people's eyes.
Maybe because you know what? Honestly, it didn't look bad. Looked good.
Yeah.
But it's meant to look good.
Yeah, and you already had the sour taste from 76's release.
Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And also, I don't like Fallout that much. I like Fallout, not that much.
I wouldn't get on that train.
No. Next, Party Animals coming 2022 to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. This is just a Gang Beast ripoff, but prettier, looks better.
Could be fun.
Could be fun.
Could be really cheap, easy buy.
Hades coming to Xbox August 13th and Xbox Game Pass. Hades, we've said it so many times on this podcast. Great game, everybody go play it. This is great reason to play it. For Game Pass, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
What a steal. Next, something, closer to the middle of the show, I'm surprised of the placement of this. Halo.
You would think that'd be at the end of the beginning.
Yeah, and
obviously
here it is.
Starfield, but
somewhere in the middle. Starfield, great first pop, and then Halo here in the middle. Started with a story trailer. Neat.
Release date, holiday
2021.
We know this has had a lot of development issues. The games director, I think that was his title, left the team for kind of weird reasons. People weren't really satisfied with the textures going on when they had that gameplay reveal back in November. Not November, 2019.
You'll notice most of the shots in this trailer are like, wide pan, like, nature shots, very environment, like, focused, like, with the exception of, like, when, like, Chief is floating through space, but that's, like, a pre-rendered cutscene, so that better look fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. They kind of were trying to show off, okay, we kind of fixed this. We kind of made it better. Yeah.
The story trailer didn't really do anything for me, but, I like Halo enough. I'm still going to play it. What really got me going was this focus on multiplayer that they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're making it free, separate from the main campaign, so...
Multiplayer, free to play, campaign, you got to pay for. Day and date with Game Pass and on PC. Very exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, as far as the multiplayer goes...
It's full crossplay, too, yeah.
Oh, it is full crossplay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Master Chief Collection has crossplay, except for the campaigns.
That makes sense, actually.
So yeah, very, very, very exciting. Free to play. Okay, cool. Everybody's going to jump in, play Halo, have fun.
Did the multiplayer look anything special to you?
It looked like more Halo multiplayer, but it looked like really good Halo multiplayer, so I'm in.
You still have the grappling hook So
Yeah.
that could do some cool things. The most interesting thing was when he did the fusion coil. I think that's what they're called. The explosive barrels,
he pulled the fusion coil in, threw it at a guy that blew up. But we saw that in the gameplay reveal from last year.
Never hit me that it would be in the multiplayer though.
It didn't hit me. I didn't think the grappling hook was going to be in the multiplayer, but here it is. And then you can grapple up to flying vehicles and hijack them and so forth and all that good stuff. Looks fun, man. The shooting looks good. Halo's good. Yeah, Halo's a good shooter, man.
Yeah, even the games that people don't like,
they're good.
People say they're solid.
They're good. Like there's not a bad Halo game. There are games that are less liked than other Halo games. You know. Moving on. Diablo 2 Resurrected. This is their remake of Diablo 2 coming September 23rd.
Maybe to entertain people until Diablo 4 is coming out, because that's been announced. Don't know when that's coming out though.
Yeah,
so.
Who knows? For Hong Kong.
Never really been into Diablo all that much.
Plague Tale Requiem. Was this an announcement?
Yes, it was an announcement.
Announcement? Yeah.
No one heard about that before.
2022. Very exciting. That studio's acquired by Xbox now, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be an Xbox exclusive.
You have the game, the first game, but you haven't played it yet.
Yeah. So, and I heard great things about it, so, hopefully I'll get around to playing it. Who knows? But, looked cool. Big wave of rats.
Yeah,
wave of rats. It's pretty.
Oh, the first game looked pretty. That was
Was it?
Yeah, that was the standout thing about it. Like maybe I think the gameplay looked a little bit janky. Don't take my word on that, but people just applauded the looks of that, the graphics.
Moving on from that, Atomic Heart trailer with some gameplay. This game I've never heard. You knew this game. I didn't know this game. This game looked weird as fuck, and I loved it.
I've been watching news for this for a couple of years now because they did a gameplay reveal like back in 2017 or something like that, 2018, and it was like, man, that looks cool, and it gained a lot of attention from certain people. And then we didn't get a release date. We didn't get updates on where it was. This is the first news that I've heard about it in a while, and it looked great. It looks like it's still. It's like really drawing me in.
Maybe open-ish world Bioshocky and
a lot more
quirky and weird, but
physics,
very dark.
Bending. Yeah, it looked dark. The content looked like it was dark, but everything was light and everything kind of seemed welcoming at the same time.
It's that weird contrast where we're going to put you in these very bright environments and very happy-looking creatures, but we're going to do fucked up shit to you.
Yeah.
And I'm all about it, bro.
Yeah. I am a little bit upset that even after all this time, we finally get a gameplay reveal and then no release date. Nobody knows when it's coming. Which isn't a problem in and of itself because, announce your game when you're ready.
Yeah.
But it's like, wow, it's been in development for years and we still don't have an update on that front. So I'm kind of waiting for that.
And then Replaced 2022. Yeah, I don't know what this game is. Some kind of 2D side scroller, very neat art design, cool little combat looking stuff happening. Yeah. Very flashy.
Those types of games. First of all, the camera angle was interesting because usually those 2D platforming type games kind of have a you're looking at everything from just like a neutral point. Well, this one's kind of lower to the ground, and you're going along. You're kind of like on the grimy surface.
Yeah,
of
it's very
you
gritty, very grimy. Yeah.
Brutal.
Neat.
Brutal
This is one of those games that I watch the trailer for. I go, oh, I want to play that, and then it escapes my brain, and I never get around to it. And
Might be one of those.
I'll look back and be like, what happened to that game? Oh, it came out 2 years ago. Okay, whatever.
Funny enough, I don't know what the game was called. A similar game that had that kind of style to it, more flashier and cyberpunky, was on my radar, and it looked really cool. But then it just kind of
Lost Nights or something.
Yeah, something like that. Something Nights,
that was expected to show up here, and it didn't.
Yeah,
it's not out yet, but who knows? Grounded. Obsidian's little is it free to play? I forget.
I don't think it's free to play.
Little side it's early access right now.
Oh,
so it's got to be free to play. Early access experiment thing where you're playing as Honey I Shrunk the Kids. You're fighting ants and shit and spiders and shit.
Mosquitoes.
They're getting a big update June 30th. Very exciting for people who like Grounded. Obsidian, man, they do good work over there, man. We're very excited for what they're gonna do in the future here. Next, Among Us had an update, 15 players coming June 15th, tomorrow by the time you're hearing this.
Yep.
Very exciting. They also laid out their roadmap earlier this week. Another map coming.
Hide and seek mode,
new roles, so like the sheriff and I think there's like a doctor role or scientist or something. So.
Which, we enjoy Among Us, especially when we get larger groups together.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to get too, involved in all this other stuff, like those roles you were talking about.
I'm going to tell you it is. Because they're pulling you probably. When Among Us was hot, I was watching a lot of Among Us content on YouTube and a lot of the different Among Us streamers and creators and stuff, which have started to die down now.
Right.
The modding community ran away with it. There's mad roles and stuff, and it adds so much more complexity and so much more like that's how Among Us evolves. It's not through maps. It's not through that. It's through new ways to play. So the hide and seek mode is very important. The new roles coming is very important. The map, sure, that's cool, but what people want is they want more and they want different. And that
keep it alive, keep it fresh.
The devs saying, "Oh, the modding community is right. Let's start doing that," is a very good sign for Among Us being able to survive past its big pop. Now, I would say the biggest problem right now is they're just really slow. They're really slow to getting this content out. But hopefully, now that they've got a roadmap, now that they've got things planned, I assume with all of the sudden interest, they've expanded their team so that they can start working these things out a little higher. They even make a joke in the trailer of like, maybe we'll be able to take a nap at some point. So, I feel for those devs, man. They got a lot on their shoulders right now. They're trying to make their game work,
especially when it just kind of became popular after it already had been released, and now they're getting all this attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Winning Game of the Year awards over at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was neat. Moving on, we got a really cool announcement trailer for Outer Worlds 2.
Yep. A funny trailer.
Very, very. Are you ever going to see this creature again? No. It is purely to boost pre-sale numbers.
A wide shot of a landscape. If I remember correctly, the first Outer Worlds trailer also was pretty funny, wasn't it? Like I remember, I think it was unveiled and I laughed.
They unveiled it with gameplay, didn't they?
They might have.
Yeah, and then so it was in engine, whereas this was like more of like a pre-rendered whatever thing. So like they're going more based off of the title now than they are the like the pitch. So like in the pitch being this is Fallout in space. So yeah, you know what? Outer Worlds 1 was fun for what I played, but for some reason I fell off.
I was the same way.
It's literally still sitting on my PlayStation 4, and I just never deleted it, but I just fell off, and with always the intention to get back to it. I still want to get back to it, but I don't think it'll ever happen.
You've been saying that for a while now.
I've been saying that forever. But yeah, Outer Worlds 2, I'll play. I'm gonna play that.
I may hook back on it. I remember one of the disappointing things was the faction seemed kind of bland for the kind of game that it was, which, coming off, Fallout New Vegas, Obsidian's known for having that interesting connectivity with all these different groups. Never really took it to me.
I want to know how Obsidian does it, man. They've got, they did Outer Worlds 1, they did an expansion last year or the year before, late year before or something like that. They're working on Avowed right now, and now you're telling me you have Outer Worlds 2 coming and Grounded, constantly in development as well?
Yeah.
Where are you guys finding the time for this? Like,
I guess they've just hired a bunch of people.
I mean, it's not like Arcane, because Arcane has 2 different studios. So that makes sense as to why they've got multiple games, cooking, or all these plates spinning. So I was like, oh, okay, so, Avowed, that's the main team, and then you got, 15 people working on Grounded. Cool.
Every single time I think of Avowed, I get really excited. I really want to see more from that game.
Ah, dude, I do too.
Yeah.
I was hoping we were going to get Avowed here.
Yeah, kind of disappointing.
We didn't, so maybe
next time.
I mean, I guess that game is farther out than we thought. Maybe we're going to get some Game Awards, because that game was announced at Game Awards?
Yeah?
Fact check for me on that while I breeze through some
Avowed release date.
Or Avowed announcement. When was that announced?
Oh, yeah.
Moving on, Microsoft Flight Simulator got a big old trailer to announce that it's coming to Xbox consoles, more expansions, more, cool stuff. Top Gun Maverick, crossover event thing that they're doing.
By the way, Avowed seems like it was announced July 23rd of 2020, so I don't know what event.
Oh, so it must have been the whatever the Microsoft showcase thing is that
Xbox
we did when we launched this show, episode 1 or 2 of this show. So yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim cross Top Gun coming to Xbox console fall 2021. Cool for people who like it. Forza Horizon 5,
another game that's good for whoever likes it.
Yep, another game good for whoever likes it. November 5th. We know that game sells a bonkers. We know that game has a huge fan base. It's just driving's not for us.
One of the annoying things I do have to admit, even if that is a big game, it is kind of weird that every single time it has a showcase at any event, they're always talking about it for 20 minutes.
Dude, they talk about it for so long.
Yeah.
It was 10, 15 minutes of just Forza Horizon.
We get it. You're in Mexico.
Literally, Forza Horizon got more time than Halo.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I would say that's because they had more stuff to show off than Halo, but they didn't need to show off.
Granted, we could probably look at stats and stuff. Forza Horizon 3 and 4 probably each individually sold more than Halo 5 Guardians. But it's just like Forza Horizon, though, it's popular and people like it, I don't think it's not the landmark gaming franchise that Halo is. So it's weird that, in the renaissance of Halo, you're like 15 minutes of this dragon game. And we're like, all right, cool, whatever. Looked good though.
It did look good. I mean, that's their selling
game,
point.
Looked fun. A lot of players, a lot of different players you can find. Cool little side modes you can do. Neat. And then they finished off with an announcement from Arcane Austin, I believe they are. Same guys who did Prey. Redfall, a Left 4 Dead inspired game, but with more
co-op.
Well, the co-op's there, but more like fantastical, like classes. Like you got more class-based stuff happening here.
There's a role that each member performs.
Yeah, so there's a magic user, there was a sniper, some kind of tech dude. I don't remember
the tech girl, and then the guy was I don't know what he was.
There was another guy. Anyways, pretty much just a cinematic trailer. You're fighting vampires instead of zombies. Cool, I'm into it.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Could be fun.
Not coming out till 2022, so we got a while to see any gameplay.
I really like Arcane Studios. Dishonored 1 and 2 were fantastic. Prey gave me like the most anxiety I've ever felt playing a video game ever in my life for the few hours that I played it. And then Deathloop remains one of my most anticipated games of the year. So I am very, very anything Arcane does, sign me up. I'm in.
Yeah, we know what their next 2 studios are doing now.
And you know what? It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass, so
exclusive to Xbox as well. So pretty much. Xbox here pretty much locking down that Deathloop is going to be the last game on PlayStation from a Bethesda studio.
Yeah, which you'll get it on PlayStation, won't you?
It's already pre-ordered. I want my trophies, baby. I want my trophies.
Yeah. So speaking of that, are you kind of disappointed that there's so much focus on these games that you want to play, but they're going to PC and Xbox instead?
No.
So you can't do your trophies anymore?
I mean, sure, but I mean, trophies don't matter. Games matter. Trophies are fun for me.
Yeah.
But I'm still playing great games. I played Doom Eternal last year on PC, even though I could have played. But I'll say, if Doom Eternal does get a PlayStation 5 update, which I imagine it did, or it will, they just didn't want to talk about it in the Xbox E3 showcase.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna rebuy Doom Eternal on PlayStation 5, and I don't know about platinuming it, but I'll definitely be playing it for that next gen update. Get some ray tracing, ray tracing on my slaughter.
I love ray tracing.
So, that about wraps it up for the Xbox and Bethesda E3 showcase. Connor, overall thoughts, opinions?
I mean, like I said before, it was the best showcase for E3 so far. Even better than the Summer Games Fest.
Bumping my mic.
The Summer Games Fest had some things that I liked in there, but this overall just kind of entertained me and kept me wondering what is next.
Yeah.
Because they had so many different games that appealed to all different types of audiences. Not a very high bar to beat with Ubisoft and Square Enix, but they beat it, so good for them. I'm looking forward to many of these games on here. I'll play them.
Yeah, this is my favorite Xbox showcase that I've seen in years.
It is, isn't it?
This was a banger for me.
It's one of the first times they've really come out with all these different games.
Dude, just the statement of, we're going to show you 30 games. All of them are going to come to Xbox. 27 of them are on Game Pass.
Yep.
Like, it was such an industry flex. Like, this really is, like, and I said it before, this was them saying, hey, we've been quiet and we've been taking our we've been taking our kicks while, we're, while PlayStation is out there giving you exclusive after exclusive, but this is what we've been building, and here it is, finally. Now you can see it. And there's still a bunch of games we haven't seen.
Nope.
Avowed, Fable, Perfect Dark. They've still got games in the cut that they haven't shown us. Not to mention, the large roadmap that Bethesda has already. We know another Wolfenstein game is coming. We know an Indiana Jones game is coming. We know an Elder Scrolls is on the horizon. There's a lot of things we know about Bethesda's things, and most of it wasn't here today.
Which shows they're working on it. At least they're not trying to push for it when it's not ready to show.
Exactly. So, I think the next few, I think after this year, because a lot of these games are coming late 2021, early 2022, I think especially by the end of 2022 after Starfield, assuming Starfield is the hit that we all want it to be, and then it makes that date. It won't, but let's see. I I think the argument between should you buy an Xbox or should you buy a PlayStation will be pretty clear, pretty cut and dry. You should probably buy an Xbox. And I'll say, I don't think... I think when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation, you're really looking at quantity versus quality now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas PlayStation ran away with quality and quantity. Now, I think Xbox has more games that are worth playing than PlayStation, but I still think PlayStation has the better games.
Yeah, I mean, like, the games that are hyped up by Sony hype me up way more than this kind of stuff. Like I said, I enjoyed the showcase.
Yeah.
I really did. Multiple games interested me.
Exactly.
But none of them were, like, making me shake with anticipation.
There are several games in this list that I am itching to play. There's not a single one of these games that I think are going to be better than Horizon Forbidden West or God of War Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever Naughty Dog does next. Or Ghost of Tsushima sequel. Or, like the last 5 years of PlayStation have been phenomenal.
It's not going to all of a sudden stop just because Microsoft has a bunch of studios now.
Exactly. So, and... even though a lot of these games look great, and I really want to play a lot of them, there's not a single one that even matches up to games we were getting 5 years ago from PlayStation, in my opinion.
Is Microsoft having a Bloodborne exclusive? No? Well... Exactly.
That's a great point, Connor.
Of course, for me, that's a good point. Maybe not for everybody else.
No, but I mean, Bloodborne hits a lot of top 5 lists.
I know, yeah.
So, I'm very excited to see the future of Xbox. I think, I mean, I've said it before, but I think definitely now, if anybody is looking to get into games at this point, Xbox is the way to go. Like, and I just don't know if there's any other way to put it. Especially because they're so cross-play friendly, they're so cross-progression friendly, they're on PC.
Which, I mean, honestly, you should get instead of an Xbox because you have all the Steam stuff.
I agree.
Windows stuff,
the problem is that the PC is more expensive.
Yes.
So the Series X is what, $400, $500? That's a much more reasonable, and it'll last for the next 7 years. That's a much more reasonable, investment than a PC right now. Especially because subscribe to Game Pass. The library is wider on the console base anyway. You get more perks, and it's a little more expensive than the PC one, but you can go in every week and find something new to play. So if you're a new gamer and you don't know what your taste is yet, Game Pass.
Yeah, quantity.
And just because it's quantity, like there's quality here.
Oh, there's quality, but you're going to be able to find some games that you'll like.
Listen, here's the way I put it. A lot of 8 out of 10s here. A lot of 8 out of 10s here. Not too many 10 out of 10s.
No.
PlayStation has quite a few 10 out of 10s.
It's some out of 7 out of 10s even. Doesn't matter. It's still going to be a worthwhile investment.
Exactly. So, once you're above a 6, like, you're having a good time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at that point, the rating doesn't really matter all that much.
Yeah. It's just, it's the level of, like, polish you're looking at, really. How pretty is the game? I'm still having fun. Anyways. Moving on from the Xbox side of things, though, let's go ahead and talk about some of the neat little fun things, or maybe some disappointments that we felt during the rest of E3 this week. Reminder: Nintendo's conference is happening tomorrow after we record this, the day you're hearing this. So, the Switch Pro that is probably going to be announced.
Smash Bro character.
Like, we're not getting into any of that. We'll probably touch on it next week when we have our normal 2-penny format, and it'll probably be one of our pennies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares?
Probably be one of ours.
Yeah, one of mine, one of yours.
Doesn't matter.
It'll be there. We're going to talk... Listen, if a Switch Pro gets announced, we're going to talk about it. If Breath of the Wild 2 gameplay is shown, we're going to talk about it. Like, duh.
Yeah. But the other two that we have to... the other 3 showcases we're going to cover now, Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Summer Games Fest. Some of the games from those lists.
Just kind of the things that we pulled and we were like, hey, this looks cool, or wow, that was not what I wanted from this at all.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of a list here, but we'll just kind of cherry pick whatever we want. Let's start with kind of the Summer Game Fest stuff here. It's very exciting for you. They ended with the Elden Ring announcement?
One of the things that happened is there were rumors already going around that it was going to be at the Summer Games Fest, like a week before, something like that. Yeah. And then 15 minutes before, there was like also some last minute rumors of they're going to show it here at the showcase. So, it was kind of annoying to sit through a 2-hour showcase.
These rumors have been circulating every time PlayStation has an event.
Every single time. So it was bound to succeed at some point. Yeah. It just so happens this was the time. But I sat through the long showcase.
Very long.
Very long showcase.
Ryan Reynolds showed up, and we all said, why?
Yeah, he's...
Fucking Jeff Goldblum was there. Why?
Jurassic Park
and
Evolution.
You talked to him for way too long.
But at least it was all worth it, at least in my eyes, for Elden Ring to show big Dark Souls. Happy for it.
Big Dark Souls.
Big Dark Souls with horse.
We got big Dark Souls, we have horse. Yeah, so this is doing it for you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like,
Fantastic.
there looks like there's enough stuff there for it to be unique with the horse combat, some special weapon type deals. You know, he had like a magic sword at some point. This is that
George R.R. Martin thing. We're expecting more of a story influence on this one, or no?
He crafted the world, so at the very least, we're going to see maybe monster designs, maybe some
cool lore.
Lore, yeah, that's where it comes down to. When you're going to see a lot of the. I'm happy it looked like there was unique enemy designs, not kind of rinse, wash, repeat from the other Dark Souls games, which, to give them a lot of credit, usually enemies are pretty unique from game to game. This seems to be no exception, and now that you have things like, it looked like jumping and attacking was going to be a thing. It was in the other games, but it wasn't really an integral system. Could be in this one.
We'll find out.
Yeah, honestly, it was showing off the cool enemies, how good the world looks, how big it looks. And it was what we were waiting for.
And honestly, coming sooner than I thought it was coming.
January. That's good.
January 21st, 2022.
Usually not a game month, a month in the year that has a lot of good games, but they're leading with something like this.
Yeah, we usually start in our Februaries or our Marches or something like that. But
which, to my knowledge, all Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Sekiro games were released during that time, like during that summer, spring era. So now I think they're early.
I imagine that's a COVID reaction. We probably would have gotten this game this year.
Probably would have, wouldn't we? Yeah.
But from there, I want to talk about Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Really, just got a cinematic trailer, nothing cool.
It from the idea sounds super fun. Yeah, I want to play it.
Interview with Ashley Birch, who plays Tiny Tina. She was very clear to say, hey, this isn't part of Borderlands. It's a spin-off thing. It's its own thing. You don't need to be a fan of Borderlands to like this game.
Is it going to be a shooter?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a guy with a gun in a trailer, but it's much more fantasy based. You're gonna, so I'm probably looking at some more like magical type stuff, craft your own characters, all this type stuff.
Choose your class, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So, I'm just off the pitch alone, I'm very excited. Clearly, a spin-off of the Borderlands 2 DLC that everybody loved, that was begging for a spin-off game, and now here we are with it. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this as a fan of Borderlands, as a fan of that DLC, and just kind of the idea of a fantasy looter shooter. That works for me, man. I'm into it.
Oh yeah.
Was there anything else in the Summer Games Fest? Oh, the Hideo Kojima showed up. Death Stranding director's cut coming.
I'm okay. This is maybe a controversial opinion. This game would have been forgotten like that if Kojima didn't have his name on this. Like, I feel like this is a game that would have already left people's mind. It wouldn't have been pushed this hard if it wasn't Kojima. Like, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, it's Death Stranding. It wasn't that good of a game from everybody's opinion. Quit pushing it. But it's like, well, hey, here's this
nobody's
thing.
Nobody's hitting Death Stranding with a 10.
Exactly, but it just seems like
sure. And it's even like one of Kojima's lesser games, in my personal opinion.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. Listen, I liked Death Stranding. I have no intention of playing this director's cut. I didn't even finish Death Stranding. Like, the fuck? No. That game has some serious pacing issues. But I enjoyed it for what it was, and I liked the more tranquil, relaxing, like hiking simulator like that it was, with the delivery packages and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm more excited to see what Kojima has in store for the future. This was more of like a ground, like, okay, let's get our studio off the ground type thing. But the director's cut title for this, whatever package this is going to be, shows me that Kojima understands exactly what what the industry's perception of him is, and he's totally living it up. He's like, yeah, fuck it,
yeah, get in the box.
Yeah, I'm the guy. Yeah, Sam Porter just jumped into a cardboard box, and it was, it was funny. It went on too long in that classic Kojima fashion. So, cool, whatever.
Yep. Who
cares? PS5. Neat. Yeah. So it was a pretty game, so it'll be even prettier.
Yeah, that'll be nice to see some screenshots.
Exactly. So let's jump. Where do you want to jump to now? You want to jump to Square Enix?
Let's go. Because I can't. I mean, like, I guess I know you had said it wasn't that big, but since the circles I follow on Twitter and such, Metal Slug Tactics looks like a fun tactical game. I'd probably pick it up.
Did not do it for me.
Didn't do it for you?
Did not do it.
I like that art. I like that pixel-like art, like retro art style.
Did not
with
work
shooting.
for me. Nothing about it worked for me. All of those elements said, no, I'm good.
I would think that kind of game's in your ballpark. Those tactical games.
You would think, but no. That one didn't do it. Yeah, so let's jump into Square Enix. What did they start with?
They started with the Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah,
didn't
they did. Here we are. Guardians of the Galaxy. Unlike Avengers, single player, you're focused around one character. You play as Star-Lord. That's your guy.
Yeah, but you have a team with you.
You do
and
have
you
your
command
team.
them.
Yeah, you command them. Very, I wanted to reach Dragon Age, but it's really more like Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Yeah,
isn't
because
it?
it's less pausing and like say go do that, attack that guy, and stay on him for a while.
It's
just
more quick commands, use this ability, do that.
Other than that, they'll
etc.
just run around hitting people and shooting people.
Lots of cooldowns, lots of them just kind of, creating something visually interesting, but not mechanically to the. This worked for me.
Yeah.
The humor was hitting for me. The music was hitting for me. We watched the like streamer friendly stream.
Mm-hmm.
But like Holding Out for a Hero is playing in the real trailer and stuff. So all that's cool.
Songs you'd expect to be in a game like
A lot
this.
of cool 80s rock stuff as opposed to the movies like 70s influences. But yeah, all of this worked for me. Only thing is that I wasn't super keen on is like there seemed to be a lot of drops in frame rates.
Just polishing.
Maybe some pop-up, but a game that's coming out, that's announced and coming out, in a few months, October 26th, 2021, by the way. I would have liked a little more. Surprising to me, a lot of like, not like telltale dialogue choices. Even Mass Effect it's too much. Some like real limited just choices that you get to make with dialogue, picking sides and arguments and stuff. The constant bickering, I said off mics, reminded me of almost like a Red versus Blue episode.
You did
the
say
constant
that.
like bickering back and forth. I was like, everything about this is working for me. I liked the combat. I liked the fluidity of it. They obviously showed us some like early game fights.
Yeah.
So I'm and then like some quick shots of like maybe what some of the late game fights look like.
Boss fights.
Which all looked way better. So it looked relatively simple in combat, but I liked how fluid Star-Lord was moving around, his jet boots, giving him all of this agility and shit.
Slides backwards. That was definitely... I overall wasn't taken by this game, really, with a lot of the aspects of it, but that was definitely the highlight of it, being able to, move in the sky and move on the ground pretty efficiently while shooting your 2 plasma rifles from Halo. So, it could be fun. Could be fun.
Yeah.
I knowing you'll probably buy it when it comes out.
I'm playing it.
Yeah, I'll probably wait and see. Like, if you're like, "Wow, this is great," then I may pick it up.
And it looks like a great 8 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
So
Solid,
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna have fun, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, that was good. It'll probably knock Outriders out of my top 10
Oh, really?
or something when we get there.
Well, that was kind of an inevitability, I feel.
Probably, but I wasn't sure how good this last half of the year was going to be. And then Xbox said, "Here's all of our shit," and I said, "All right, well,
You'll
Outriders, good luck.
You'll find some stuff.
I'll find some stuff." Other than that, Strangers in Paradise: Final Fantasy Origins was announced.
Easily the most disappointing thing about this entire E3.
So this is that we had talked about it on one show recently. The spin-off Final Fantasy game coming, and this is it. And no.
No, yeah, the combat looks very bland. It seemed like I never saw him fighting more than one enemy at a time. Did you? I just didn't notice that at all. Like he fought one enemy.
No, yeah, there were some moments where he was fighting like some smaller mob enemies and stuff. Yeah, that I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
And it seems like every single time you killed something, it would do this weird effect where everything would become black, and all of a sudden they'd be outlined by crystals. Or something like that, and then you would smash the crystals and consume the energy, and it was like...
It was so dark, too.
It was dark and a boring fantasy style. 16 really... the Final Fantasy 16...
And those character designs, holy fuck.
The main character has just a black shirt on. He's
what
black shirt.
Fuck? And then, like, his homie, it's like, oh, black garb, robe, and pink hair.
Uh-huh.
How generic Final Fantasy is this? Like, this is not doing it for me,
Comparative to Final Fantasy 16, the stuff we saw from that... Which looks very cool, dark
exactly.
fantasy. This is like lame, dark fantasy. Like, it's trying to be dark, but it's not efficiently doing it.
And they're pulling out all the stops saying, "Oh, bold new direction for Final Fantasy, playable demo coming soon." And I'm like, does anybody want this? Did this capture anybody's attention? I don't think it did. This looked like the most generic character action game you could have ever put out.
Next to Babylon's Fall.
Yeah, that one.
The other one that we're not going to talk about, but
that one looks straight ass.
Yeah, but this one at least had like the Final Fantasy name attached to it, so it could have been very, very cool, but it's not. So, kind of a failure. Who knows? There's that slim chance it could come out and be like, wow, this is actually an amazing game.
Exactly.
But it's probably, from what I saw, I'm probably going to be disappointed if I ever were to play this game, so I probably won't play this game unless I hear some amazing thing about it. Or just good things about it, but I doubt I'll even see that.
I hope y'all got more up your sleeve than what you showed us here, because that's not doing it.
Chaos.
Also, we're showing we're talking about the remastered sprite things or remake sprite things for the first 6 Final Fantasy games.
Very excited for that.
That's a lot of work, dude.
That is a lot.
And they don't need to do that. So it looks good. They look great. I've talked about on this podcast how I started Final Fantasy VI a few months ago. Got distracted, put it down, never picked it back up. But I don't like the way it plays on PC, so I'm going to wait for this. It's coming to Steam and mobile. So I'm going to wait for that, and I'm going to play. I'm going to play at least 6. Maybe I'll play. Do people like 5?
That's what I was going to play, because people do like 5.
People like 5?
The 2 other old, like, before 7, actually even besides 6, everything from 5 to 1 to 5, it's 5 and 4 that are debated for being the best ones.
Okay.
1, 2, and 1 is good among certain circles. 2 apparently isn't all that good, and 3's kind of bland, I think.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that. I played a little bit of the DS version of Final Fantasy IV. I didn't like the weird character, because they moved away from sprites, but it wasn't complete 3D models, so it was like that, those weird 3D graphics of characters that don't look exactly good. It doesn't have the style of the pixelated art that we're going to be seeing in these new updated ports and stuff, but it also wasn't anything good to look at. So I'll probably just delegate my time to playing 5, because I've heard that's a great game.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then I guess we could just talk about Ubisoft real quick. Rainbow Six Extraction I thought, an actually really good showing. It looked really fun and cool. I don't think I'll play it just because I'm cool and I don't need another one of these games. Like, that itch is going to get scratched by Back 4 Blood for me.
Yeah, I mean, the gameplay that
and
C6
the slower, more methodical gameplay is not going to work with the circle of friends I have.
That's what I was about to say as well. Well, not with the friends, but really just this kind of game style doesn't seem to work with the gameplay of Siege.
You should go watch the Extraction stuff. It looked like it'll work.
It'll
really just come down to map variety and how fresh can you make every time I want to play these levels, you know? Mm-hmm. So, looked neat. Wasn't blown away, but, I'll say more positive than I thought I was going to come off of it when they first announced this game as Rainbow Six Quarantine with the rebranding of Rainbow Six Extraction.
Not like the other boring thing that was done during that Ubisoft gameplay of a franchise that I don't like, which is Avatar.
Who cares?
That was the other thing they did. Dude, people, it seemed that when that movie came out,
I'm going to say Avatar gets way more hate than it should. But I'm one of those haters. It's a fine movie. It's a pretty movie. It's a good-looking movie.
But it's
a really cool world.
It's being hyped up for games too much, though. Because, game that we have going here, the movies that haven't come out yet, the 5 movies, I don't even know if those are coming out.
Nah, we're gonna get one. We're gonna get one more, and that'll be it.
Yeah, it just seems so uninspired. It looks like nothing piqued my interest with that at all. I don't know about you. Did anything come across as being interesting? Yeah, but did the trailer do anything for you? No. Like the ideas of playing it as one of the what are they called again? Not Navi.
No, it's the Navi.
Navi, yeah.
I mean, the idea of like an open world exploring. What is it called? Pandora.
Pandora.
Exploring Pandora, jumping off, getting a mount,
fighting enemies,
building a bond with that mount. Maybe, I don't know. They didn't show us anything. It was a cinematic trailer. Fighting some human robot enemies. All right, cool. Using a bow and arrow and shit. I'm like, all right, maybe, but Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon seems to have that base covered for what
Horizon.
Kind of game it seems to be.
Exactly.
And more style too.
Yeah,
honestly. I'm
cool. I don't need that. I don't think anybody needs that. But whatever. The cinematic trailer was beautiful. Mm-hmm. But neat. Also, we're talking about the Mario plus Rabbids sequel, Mario plus Rabbids: Sparks of Hope.
You said you weren't into Rabbids, right?
No, I don't care about Rabbids at all.
Rabbids
are weird and annoying. No, I didn't play the first game.
No, because you're
I
not
own the
play
first game, but I'm not gonna. I haven't played it. Am I gonna play this? I don't know. Maybe. I like space.
You made it seem like you did.
They're going to space. I like space.
Luna.
Lunas. We gotta go save the
You
Lunas.
like
The
you don't
Lunas are
like
in
Mario
trouble.
Galaxy? Maybe it's like that.
Yeah.
Probably not. But
Probably not. No, it's probably just, some baby's first XCOM stuff like the first game was.
is this game franchise, if you can call it a franchise, kind of gimmicky? Though I don't even know what the other games were like.
I don't know,
the
man.
other game was like.
It's XCOM gameplay, but like for babies, and it's Mario and Rabbids, and they're doing quirky, funny little goofy stuff. And it's fine. It's fine. Let people enjoy it. It's a kids game.
Let the family game be played.
Yeah, exactly. So they're making another one. Neat. This is not this is a cool gaming crossover because we just never expected. The only reason I really want to talk about it is that I thought it was funny that one, Nintendo leaked it on their own website 24 to 48 hours before the game was announced, and two, this game is way too pretty to be running on a Switch. So it's probably for that Switch Pro. It's probably for that Switch Pro.
Which we'll probably see more of tomorrow.
Yep, and then we'll cover on next week. But until then, Connor, that's going to wrap it up for this week's E3 coverage from your two Penny boys. Yeah, overall, this E3 has been fine.
Yeah, it's probably been one of the weaker showings.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
nothing's ever, like I said before, nothing really ever popped out at me and made me super excited.
Yeah,
except Elden Ring, which wasn't even E3, even though it was at the same time.
Yeah, that was the Summer Games Fest thing. And yeah, so I think, really going forward, this is just more of what I've been saying, is that E3 is just a relic of the past that we just don't really need anymore. They're trying to adapt, and I appreciate that. There's still fun, cool things that are coming from E3, and I do like these big industry events. But it's not like I lose my mind equally when I get the PlayStation State of Plays or when I get the random Nintendo Direct and something cool happens on those things. I lose my mind equally when Joker shows up for Smash. Joker from Persona shows up for Smash Brothers at the Game Awards. I don't need these big hype media events to cover an entire year's worth of information. Now, granted, I understand having it all focused in one place does up viewership because then everybody knows to come to E3. Whereas, I think there was a Ubisoft Forward or two I missed. And I like Ubisoft games, but if someone is straight up like, I don't like Ubisoft games, like they're just not for me, then there's no chance in hell they'll ever watch. But they might have watched Ubisoft Forwards this last week because it's E3 week.
Yeah. Maybe they have they can bring the pain, so to speak, but they never did. But they could have.
They could have, but they never did. A lot of updates about For Honor and Rainbow Six Siege. A lot of Rainbow Six Siege. Oh my god, they just kept coming back to it. I was like, we're talking about it again?
It's like their biggest thing.
Well, it was Extraction, and then they moved on to something, and then they talked about something else, and then they went back to Siege. Oh, it was Rocksmith or whatever the fuck. Rocksmith is back. So it was Extraction, Rocksmith, Siege. And then something else, and then we came back to Siege again, and I said, why are we here? It was TV. They gave an update on TV and movies that Ubisoft produces.
Just do a Siege conference at that point.
Literally. If you have this much information about Siege, just do a Siege thing. That's all you need.
Ubisoft just... I thought this for years. They just shouldn't show up to E3. They never do anything good, almost ever. They have a couple things.
Nah, Ubisoft has done cool stuff.
They've done a couple things, but it's always one thing.
No, that year where Assassin's Creed Odyssey got announced, that was a big blowout.
Okay, that was good. That was the thing I was thinking in my mind. Yeah. But they could also done their own separate video for that.
People got hyped for the Beyond Good and Evil 2 re-announcement.
And now they're not hyped anymore.
Yeah. I don't know why people were ever hyped for that. I was like, all right, whatever, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Anyways, so that's going to be it for the news. Connor, usually we would jump into what we've been playing. But you were out helping a friend move back to Texas.
Yep, got sidetracked and was here. Ended up being gone from what I thought was going to be a Thursday to maybe Tuesday trip, from a Thursday to a Wednesday trip. Which I guess isn't that big of a difference, but still.
But, it was like you guys were planning on taking your time and exploring and hitting a few stops along the way. None of that happened.
No.
So you ended up sitting in a hotel room for a few days.
Yeah. Going to the beach every now and then, and St. Augustine was cool.
That's nice. So, anyways, so you have not been playing stuff. I have been playing stuff, but unfortunately, Connor, I'm not going to talk to you about that.
No.
So we're going to actually sign you out, and then we're going to sign Phil from twitch.tv/2pennygames hype. We're going to start with our After the Hype for Spyro the Dragon. Shouldn't take too long. 15 minutes maybe. And then we're going to do our review for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Both of those things will be broken out and uploaded at later times. If you're listening to this podcast, which obviously you are, because this is the only place where this audio is going to be found. Anyways, listen, you're listening to the podcast. You can find the Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart review. It's already up. Or just stick around for the next 20 minutes, and then we'll get into it. Or if you're like, man, I'm out of time. I don't want to listen to this anymore. I just want to get into after the hype for Spyro the Dragon. If you're listening to the day of release, it's coming out tomorrow, Tuesday, 8 a.m. And then you can watch me and Phil start our journey in Mass Effect 2. For Have You Ever Played Mass Effect 2? We were gonna break it up. We were gonna do a little bit of a like Uncharted 2 or anything, but Phil got to the end of the first game and said, you know what, buddy? I have an itch. I gotta know what happens next. And I was like, I know you do.
Get through it.
I know you do. We're gonna get through it.
Now,
Connor!
interestingly enough, do you think there's a potential chance for him to get ahead of you in Mass Effect?
No.
No?
No.
Not at the rate
I've
you're
been
playing?
before Ratchet and Clank came out, I was playing a decent amount of Mass Effect 2. I'm almost there.
I just need to finish it up.
I gotta clean up like 2-3 more loyalty missions, and then I'm there.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Nice.
So. Oh, and then the DLCs. Whatever.
The short.
3 more play sessions of Mass Effect 2, and I'll be there. But I've been sidetracked. Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Apart. But that game's like 12 hours, so I'll bounce back. I'm almost done with it.
Yeah, you'll be done soon.
Anyways, so Connor, thank you so much for joining me on this episode 47. But we're gonna sign you out. We're gonna bring Phil in. So until next week, Connor, say goodbye to the people.
Bye.
And say hello to the people, Phil.
Hello.
And welcome back to After the Hype for our review of Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, I had to think of how I was going to say hello this time because I try not to repeat myself on how
You
I say
try.
it.
I don't know how well you're keeping up with that.
I don't know.
You know,
trying.
We've done a few of these at this point.
True.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, After the Hype is our review show for games that we play on Hype. HYEP. Have you ever played that we play live over at twitch.tv/2pennygames. You can catch us Tuesday, 1 p.m. until, 9-ish.
Typically like 8 or 9,
9-ish.
yeah.
Depending on, how long the game is, how long we are to the end of it, and
how general feelings,
etc., etc. As of yet, we have yet to quit a game out of not liking it.
Yeah, true.
Yet. Now, it may come. I don't think it will, but it might one day come. Who knows when we might hit that Dark Souls era with Connor and just be like, no, fuck this, get out of here.
Maybe.
Anyways, but
it's definitely a possibility, but I don't know.
We are not talking about that today. We are talking about Spyro the Dragon. It was my first time playing it. You, Phil, are the big Spyro fan. Oh, and for people who don't know, Have You Ever Played is the show that we do where one of us shows the other a game that we've played that the other one has not. For example, I have not played Spyro the Dragon. You played it quite a bit as a child.
Yes.
You have not played the Mass Effect trilogy, and we are working our way through that right now with the Legendary Edition. So, ladies and gentlemen, Spyro the Dragon released initially September 9th, 1998 on PlayStation 1. Metacritic has it right now at a 91 of 100, selling about 3.45 million units in the U.S. We did not play the original version.
I already played it forever ago. Sorry, I'm a little tired.
A little tired. We record these quite late, and after he gets off work. So, we did not play the original version. I don't think I've got a PS1 Classic, but I don't think you have a PlayStation 1.
I do. I still have my PlayStation 1.
You have a PlayStation 1? Oh, good for you.
I don't know if I have my old copy of Spyro.
Yeah, and I also don't know how to capture shit off of old consoles like that yet. Yeah. So, I'm sure I could buy a converter or something. But anyway, so we played the Reignited Trilogy version on PS4, the PS4 version on the PS5. I don't think there's going to be any
there's no difference.
There's not going to be any real difference, loading screens or anything on that. Which came out November 13th, 2018. Funny enough, only an 82 on Metacritic. And pulling, the quick little info drop from Wikipedia. While publisher Activision has not released sales figures, it stated Spyro the Reignited Trilogy, quote, performed well in its initial release. In the UK, game reached first place on all format sale charts in its first week. While it sold less than Pokemon Let's Go, it outsold both Pikachu and Eevee versions individually. I assume those just came out around the same time. Or the same week or something.
Sorry.
Pikachu Let's Go.
Yes.
Or I'm sorry, Pokemon Let's Go.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very, very close together when they dropped.
It placed at the 6th position in Switzerland all format charts. It was also the best-selling PlayStation 4 game in its first week in Australia. So, if I were to guess, it was just fans. Fans were excited and they bought the trilogy, and then probably didn't. That sales tail didn't last very long.
Tavin, you didn't put it in your facts,
especially because Toys for Bob, who made the Reignited trilogy, is now dissolved into making Call of Duty skins for the rest of their lives.
Really fucking sad.
Poor boys. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Activision.
But no, you didn't put it in your facts. But Spyro the Dragon, Insomniac's second game they ever published.
You were correct. After Rocket something robot?
Disruptor is the first one.
Who the fuck made the Rocket Robot game that I'm thinking of?
Disruptor was 1996. Spyro the Dragon 1998.
So. Naughty Dog? Whatever. Anyways. So, Phil.
Yep.
You being the fan of Spyro the Dragon here, give me some background here. Give me some info. All
right. Well, Spyro the Dragon is quite possible. I don't think it's the first. Technically, not the first game I ever touched and played, but it is the first game I ever played by myself.
Okay.
So me as a wee babby,
no brothers, no uncles, no dads, no. I don't know, mom. If your mom ever picked up a controller, I don't know.
No, just me.
There you go.
I mean, well, sure, my brother probably played a little bit of it, but it was definitely more like my game.
That's Phil's game right there.
Yeah. I was obsessed with dragons as a child.
Well, they'll tell you what, this game is all about dragons.
Yeah. So this series was very, very. I don't know. It was just it was great for me as a child because I love dragons. And Spyro's a nice little dragon who he glides around and charges sheep and Norks and picks up treasure and gets eggs and shit,
That he does.
It's great. I played the third game the most as a child. I rented that game at least 3 separate times from Hollywood Video as a child until my mother on one of my birthdays possibly my 5th or 6th birthday just bought it for me.
Definitely one of those like classic scenarios where I just keep all right. He keeps wasting money on it. Like let's just get it to him so he stops
and
throwing this away.
Yeah, it was just as soon I just remember sitting down and playing Spyro and just running into walls and just fucking chasing Norks around the overworld and chasing thieves around some of the other worlds. Like very vividly, I remember in there is the. What's that town called? What's that map called? The one with the bulls that you can charge them and they'll stick into the ground.
Yeah. I have no idea what that level is called.
So there's that level where you chase a thief.
6 days.
You chase the thief around, and I would just constantly just in the same circle, just keep chasing him around.
Just chasing that thief down.
Yep.
Gotta get him.
As vividly in my memory.
So
my brain box.
As the newcomer here to Spyro the Dragon, I'll say it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Nice little collectathon platformer.
Yeah, little collectathon 3D platformer. Very much of its era, I would say, early or late 90s, early 2000s with the 3D mascot, characters amongst, your Crash Bandicoots and your Ratchet and Clanks, eventual Ratchet and Clanks, that is. Leaving the game, definitely a kid's game here. Not very complex.
Very true.
Not very difficult. Keeps it pretty straight and simple from beginning to end. Like the things you can do in the first 20 minutes are the same things you're doing in the last 20 minutes. But you know what? It feels good to play. Spyro is he doesn't speak much in this first game. But he's charming enough to stick into your brain and to have some kind of
he doesn't really get a character until like the end of the game, and then 2 is when they actually start. They
start
giving him like lines to say.
Makes sense. But great design, like just a little smaller purple dragon.
Dragon.
The little firefly. What was his name?
Dragonfly. His name is Sparks.
Sparks.
You're gonna say Squirt?
I wanted to say Scorch.
Scorch. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sparks.
Firefly.
SPARX.
Yeah, Sparks. Like Sparks. I like Sparks a lot. Didn't love because Sparks also functions as.
At any point in your playing the first Spyro, did you ever wish that Sparks talked?
Not necessarily.
Whenever they tried to remake like do like a reboot of Spyro like in the mid 2000s or like early like right before 2010. And they
classic like Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time type shit.
They got David Spade to voice Sparks.
Interesting.
And then he stopped doing it after like one game. And then they got somebody else. And then for like the third part of their trilogy, it was fucking Wayne Brady.
So we're shooting all over the map here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great.
Just to give Sparks a voice.
Yeah, we don't...
Which we don't need.
We don't need that. Sparks
the most you'll get is in like the third game. He'll be like...
That's fine. That's all he ever needed. Yeah. We don't need to turn him into, what's the fucking Twinkle or whatever? Not Twinkle. The thing from Zelda. The blue...
Navi.
Navi.
Hey!
Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that. That's fine. Anyways,
watch out!
I like Sparks and Spyro. I think they're a cute little duo.
Yeah.
I'll say one of my nitpicks, like as I was playing, is and this doesn't matter really, but Sparks represents Spyro's health bar as well, and the colors he chooses into, I don't think clearly.
Gold for no damage, blue for 1 hit, green for 2 hits. Then he disappears, and if you get hit after that, you're dead.
You're dead. The blue and green not enough I don't know, maybe it's just my brain. It's not like the type of colors you would see for like, hey, you're in danger, stop, like play more cautiously.
Typically you're looking at like red.
Yeah, you're looking at like some oranges or reds.
When
or
Sparks is gone, the controller LEDs turn red.
That's great. I don't look at my controller while I'm playing a video game. Though I love that touch. I love that touch with PlayStation controllers. But yeah, Spyro the Dragon, just a cute little 3D platformer, man. Just
it's a lot of fun.
Time, just running around collecting your what do you collect in this game? I've totally drawn a blank.
Gems.
You do. That's right. Gems and eggs and
dragons.
I knew the eggs were there, and then you're freeing dragons from captivity
from Crystal.
They got Medusa'd.
Yep. By Nasty Gnorc.
Gnasty Gnorc. But yeah, man, you know what? I quite enjoyed my time with Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, man.
And for quite a while, I was doing my best to like 100% levels. I think we did the first 3.
I believe
worlds?
we did the first 3 worlds.
And then from there, it was like, all right, we beat this game in one session.
You did not 100% Dreamweavers or Beastmakers.
Yeah,
so.
And then we just got to a point in the session where I was like, this gameplay loop is not dynamic enough to keep me engaged for more than a few hours. And it's not that I was like dreading playing the game or that I was like wanting to stop, but I was wanting to be done for the day.
Sure.
So I'll say this is the first game, right? Yeah. This is the first game either of us have well, no, that's not true because you've gone back and revisited Mass Effect now.
Yep.
But this is the first game that I've played where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play this in my free time.
Yeah, you said you're gonna platinum it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and get that platinum. So,
but don't you dare dip into Ripto's Rage or Year of the Dragon, which are 2 and 3 respectively.
Well, of course not. Why would I do that? That would ruin the point of the show here, Phil.
Yes, I'm just saying.
You
you might be tempted.
I won't be.
You might be though. You don't know you.
I don't know me. I think I'm busy enough trying to get these fucking other platinums that I need to get for other games. I've literally got 3 games installed on my computer right now that I desperately want to play, and I just can't find it.
One of those is Omori, right?
Omori, this game called Aerial Knights Never Yield. I don't remember why I liked it so much, but I saw it in some indie presentation and was like, oh man, this looks dope, I want to play it. And then I just installed on my this isn't on my computer, but I just installed on my PS5 Disco Elysium the Final Cut.
Okay.
So anyways, but we digress. Spyro, real basic moveset. You got your jump, you got your glide, you got your charge, and you got your little little flame attack.
Yep.
And you know what? And then in some combination of those 3, you will use to attack every enemy in your way. And it, you know what? It works. It feels good to play. There's never a point where I'm like, God, I wish he didn't do that, or I wish he moved like this. I think they nailed it right out the gate with how he feels. Which is exactly what you need for platformers and especially 3D platformers.
Yeah, you got to be able. Like, I think the scale is really good in this game. Like nothing seems so far out of reach. I feel like the only time they really make it seem like you won't be able to reach something is after you already figure out you can just by playing the game and kind of learning like how far you can glide.
You can you can fairly quickly be like, I can make that jump.
Yeah.
Or no, that's not. No, I need to find a different way to make this jump or something. And there's never any moments where I'm like, oh, I thought that was a platform I could land on.
Depth perception. Is very good.
Your depth perception is right, and it's never like what they do a good job of signposting. I guess signposting is what you would use to call this. Of like, hey, this is playable area, and then this like, don't go over here. This will kill you. Oh, I like the feeling of the, what is it called? The speed ramp.
Supercharge.
The supercharges.
Yep.
That always feels good to just be like, all right, we're just going to turn on God mode real quick. And as long as you can keep running, you're going to make it all the way.
Pretty much. As long as you don't run into a wall or run off a cliff.
Yep. And then those also like advancing into like, oh, you can jump super far now.
Yep.
You can, you can get into higher
all it
areas.
Does is increase the amount that, like your distance of jumps, the more height, you can glide farther.
Mm-hmm. And then you mentioned that this was something that was added into the Reignited trilogy, which I think is a great quality of life upgrade. Is like clicking. I believe it's you clicking the stick and then
clicking the left stick and
flies into the direction
tells
of
you where the gems are.
The nearest collectible or something.
Because it's always super frustrating going through a huge 3D level and missing one gem.
Yep, and you don't know where it is.
You don't know where it is.
And then it was in a pile of grass at the beginning of the level. That's great. I just wasted 20 minutes. I did something similar in Rift Apart earlier today, which we'll get to. Which, by the way, if you're listening to the breakout episode of this After the Hype, our Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart review is live right now. Go check it out.
Yep.
If you're listening to the full 2 Penny Gamescast, youtube.com/2 Penny Gamescast, it's attached here, so just stick around. Anyways, yeah, Spyro the Dragon, super fun, super solid game. Not super, dynamic, doesn't change its gameplay loop a whole lot. But
it's a good time.
Kind of wish it did, but it's a good time, and you know what? It doesn't overstay its welcome. It sits you with your 5 or is it 6 levels, and then you get in, you find your shit, and you get out.
We have 12,000 treasure, or is it 13,000?
You know what I like about Spyro the Dragon? Is that it knows when to...
He's purple.
It knows when to shut the fuck up and let the player back on the sticks. Which is some games that we've played in hype that need to learn this lesson. Both sides. Fucking goddamn. Fucking Sons of Liberty. Anyways. Phil. Do you have anything else as the fan that you want to note, or...
No, man. I'm very excited for you to get your hands on 2 and 3, because that's like the big kind of conversation in like the fan base is whether 2 or 3 is better than the other. Most people say 2, which is fine. It's a great game. I think it's 3. I think 3 is my favorite.
To be fair, you're speaking with nostalgia there for a little bit.
True.
Nostalgia, powerful weapon.
Very true.
Powerful weapon.
I 100%ed 2. It was a good time.
Yeah.
And 100%ed 3.
Yeah. I'm gonna eventually one day 100% all these games.
Yes,
one
sir.
day. I gotta get these massive. I got this stupid thing where you
were telling me you want to platinum
all
Mass
3
Effect
Mass
1, 2,
Effects.
and 3 all back to back to back.
Back to back to back. It's the only series of games I'm doing this with. I don't do this with other games.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say you have
I did
a
it
bunch
with
of different Metal Gear platinums like all over the place.
Nah, I didn't give a fuck. I've got 1 Metal Gear platinum.
Oh,
no, that's not true. That's not true. I've got 5.
You've only got
5.
Snake Eater? I was gonna say.
No, I've got Phantom Pains, which that was not worth it. That was over 200 hours wasted.
Like how I already knew which Metal Gear you were saying was your only one.
Well, Snake Eater was notable because it was my 50th platinum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then 100. I'm going back and forth over which game it's going to be, but
already
it'll either be.
You're not
No,
even
I'm nowhere near.
Even
I'm
at
not
60 yet.
I'm not at 60 yet. But you plan for these things.
Sure.
Well, it depends, because Persona 4 Golden, I would like to be my 100th platinum. It's a long game. It takes a lot of time.
Good fucking luck.
You gotta complete the compendium. It's like, it's like, imagine like filling out the Pokedex like times 4. Like,
yeah, but that's actually fun.
You're right. Filling out the compendium in Persona is literally just like, it's like video game cooking in the worst ways.
I've caught them all several times.
Oh my god. Anyways, so Spyro the Dragon, super fun, super solid game. We like to do some quick
numbers
scores here at these numbers. It's gonna sound low,
Okay.
but know that I am more positive than the number sounds.
Okay.
I'm feeling a 6.
What the fuck?
I know.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
No,
No,
look at that
I was
spike
fully expecting something like that.
Yeah,
no, that's fine. For me, this first game is probably like a 7 for me.
Yeah, I was bouncing somewhere between a 6 or a 7, but it's got so
It's probably for me like high 6.
It's got so little content that I'm like, it's hard to justify a high score.
Yeah.
With how little even level to level doesn't, like, they do some things, but level to level they don't differentiate themselves that much outside of like enemy types you're fighting, which are all defeated in one of two ways. So 2 or 3 ways.
We didn't talk about the music. The music's really fucking
we
good.
didn't talk about the music. Music was solid. I like the music.
Music's really fucking good in the whole series.
There's a couple of jams on there that I was like, man, I could stay in this level for a little while. Like, this is a good time right here. Anyways, yeah, music was great. Like, I liked the music a lot.
Still, 6.
6.
Yeah. For me, probably
also,
high
Reignited
6,
Trilogy, beautiful.
Very, very pretty games.
Beautiful. I know I've seen like old footage of these older games, and PlayStation 1, baby.
I just recently watched a video where someone ranked every single Spyro level.
Jesus Christ.
Like, ever.
Yeah.
And I believe it was like 188 levels. It's like a 3-hour video.
Yeah, I bet.
And yeah, they kind of do a couple different back-to-back like showing of Reignited Trilogy and the original.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Yeah,
I do not remember it ever looking like that.
That's what 20 years and 3 generations of hardware will do to you. Anyways, Phil, that is going to be it for our After the Hype review of Spyro the Dragon. Thank you so much for bringing this one to me, man. This one was fun. This one was a solid.
I like bringing back the old like childhood platformers from my day.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good time.
Yeah,
It
makes me feel older than you, even though you're older than me.
I'm trying to think. What is the oldest? The oldest game we've ever played on Hype is either Metal Gear Solid or this one.
When Metal Gear Solid came out, it's like 2009?
97.
97, okay.
It's 97, 98,
I said 2009, but I meant 99.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Yeah, I meant 99.
Yeah,
I'm not a total idiot.
I want to say Metal Gear Solid was 97. I'm going to look it up right now. It's just
I think it's correct. I think that's correct.
I think it's a 97 game.
But no, it's
Oh, so, no, that can't be right. September 3rd, 1998. So it's what, like 12-day difference between the two?
Holy shit, that's kind of nuts.
That's nuts. Look at that.
Huh.
You never know. Small world. All right. So that is going to wrap it up for After the Hype. If you're watching the breakout episode, we are live in just a few hours. Come check us out. We are playing Mass Effect 2. We are jumping back into Phil's adventure as Commander Shepard.
Yep.
It is going to be just a swell time. I cannot wait. Anyways, you can catch us, twitch.tv/2pennygames, playing games live on Hype every Tuesday, 1 p.m. Central Time. This show goes live Tuesday, 8 a.m., but it is also attached to our 2 Penny Gamescast, our news, our video game news podcast that goes live every Monday at 8 a.m. Central.
Yes.
YouTube.com.
Yes.
YouTube.com/2pennygamescast or Spotify, SoundCloud, Google
Apple
Podcasts,
Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, all them joints. We're out here, baby. Come check us out. Give us the ratings. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Comment. Get that interaction out, man. It helps. It really does help quite a bit. Until next time, though, we need I want like a little like corny catchphrase just to sign this show out, but I just can't keep the hype going.
It's gotta. No, that's stupid as fuck. It's got to come organically, and we have not found it yet.
Yeah,
so.
we haven't found it yet. Yeah, it'll get there. Anyways, until then, have a great time. But if you're listening to the full podcast, stick around. We're just about to go review Ratchet and Clank
Rift Apart.
But until then, Phil, say goodbye to the people.
Bye,
Phil. We've been playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Oh my god, yes we have.
So, we, over here at 2 Penny Gamescast, wanted to drop a quick little review here.
Stupid Connor. He doesn't play Ratchet and Clank.
He hasn't played Ratchet. We're going to fix this one day for him. he had the nerve to. I brought up. Hey man, one day we're gonna bring you on hype. We're gonna show you some Ratchet and Clank. And he was like, what? We're gonna play the remake one? And I said, fuck, no, we're not. We're
playing
going
the
all
original.
the way back. We're playing the original. That remake, not canon. Fun game, not canon.
Yeah, it's a movie.
It is. Yeah, it's a movie tie-in game, and it was fine. But here, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. We are back. We are back in our original timeline. Ratchet, and now newcomer Rivet.
Old timeline, new dimension.
This is very new model, same parts for Fast and Furious 4.
What you know? What's so weird? This is kind of going to date that. I mean, obviously it's already dated because the game just came out. But it's funny we mention different timelines because we're both watching Loki as well. And
we are, yeah. We're doing some different. They're doing different time things in that as well. Yeah. Very nice little coincidence-y.
All right, anyway,
so
this game's great.
Phil, so hit me with the how many hours have you put in? Where are you at with the game, and how are you feeling about it? Clearly, you're quite high on it.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play it all yesterday.
Yeah,
because I had to do laundry, a lot of laundry. Yeah. Fuck. Anyway, but no, I think I've put in. Let's see, I streamed it the first night. I dropped at 11. I went until like 4. So I put in 5 hours that night, and I think I put in another like 3.5.
So like 7-ish, 7.5.
I'm probably at like 7.5 to 8 hours.
Very nice.
And we talked about it yesterday.
No spoilers.
No, I'm just saying. It has to do with the fixer. You know, we did that. We did that little set piece.
Did that segment. So I streamed my first 3 hours, and you can see my reaction to that right now, youtube.com/2Penny Gamescast. I went ahead through those first 3 hours up. I was a little tired while I was playing, though, because I was just tired. So I had to end that stream early, and then I streamed the next day for another 3 hours, 3.5 or something like that, and then I had to go to work. And then today, right before recording this, I played for another hour.
Okay.
Hour and
so
a
you're
half.
not that far ahead of me.
No.
I was worried. I was worried at work. I was like, dude, he's probably already beaten the game.
No,
I was gonna be so bummed out.
At this point, I am I'm somewhere in that 8 to 9 range now.
Okay.
So, and then I'm hearing playthroughs are taking about 12. So
that's what I've heard as well.
We've played a majority of the game at this point. At this point, it's just seeing the last couple of weapons and seeing how the story ends. But we've pretty much got all the. I assume at least all of like the major like upgrades and gameplay mechanics that are going to happen in this game.
The actual gameplay element of it. You know?
Exactly. So, I am quite high on this game.
Yeah, same.
But I've got like some like little nitpicky critiques just because I'm a big fan of Ratchet and Clank. Oh,
sure.
Let's go ahead and say we've both. Well, I know we've both played the PS2 trilogy quite extensively.
Yes, very much. I did not have a PS3 growing up.
And I did, but for some reason I never doubled back to Ratchet. So the PS3 games I've not really touched.
Yeah, I know nothing about like Ratchet and Clank Future or like A Crack in Time or like any of that stuff.
And then we both played. Did we both platinum the 2016 remake?
I don't think I platinumed it, but I did. I did a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, I've got the platinum for 2016. I've got the platinum for the original game through the HD on Vita, not on the PS3 version for some reason. Oh, because I haven't played the PS3 version yet. And I've got the PS3 platinum for Going Commando. Whatever. And then I plan on platinuming the original trilogy on both sides.
I remember getting Ratchet and Clank, the first game, for like my 8th birthday, because I played it at my cousin's house one time because he had it, and I was like, oh man, I want to play Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I got my hands on Going Commando 5-6 years old, something like that.
Damn,
somewhere around there. So, so this game quite fucking good.
Oh yeah,
feels really really good to play. Ratchet and Rivet, who play identically, almost to a fault.
I wouldn't say that.
No, it's not to a fault.
I kind of see what they're saying, what they're doing this with. They don't want it to be too jarring on like switching between characters so much.
I don't
you
think
do
it
you do it pretty much every other
level. Yeah, you are switching between the two. It is both of their games. It is not.
Yeah, it's
Ratchet's
not Ratchet
game. It's not solely Ratchet and Clank's game.
Sure.
I should say. But I'll say, man, Ratchet and Clank I don't think has ever felt better to play. All of the new movement abilities feel great.
Oh my god,
super welcome additions.
It's amazing.
Specifically the Phantom Dash and the I guess we can say it's not, but the rocket boots.
The hover boots are fucking phenomenal.
Fucking awesome. I do miss some of the older abilities, like where Clank you would like propel you forward in a long jump and the high jump.
They've kind of done. I mean, I haven't played enough to know if they ever like do anything with that. I doubt it.
I'll say something has happened. Just it's like a quick little line that says, "Oh, it's not coming back."
No, okay, that's fair.
So yeah, but I think most impressively to me is just how much I love all these new characters.
There's yet to be. I mean, I know you hate Nefarious you fucking hate on Nefarious way too much. Like I was trying to watch back. I when the video dropped. Pretty much as soon as he came on screen, you're like, "Oh, I hate Nefarious.
I hate him, man. He's so corny.
Nefarious is great.
He sucks.
I fucking love Nefarious. Nefarious
oh my God,
he's the comic relief.
Nefarious is the reason I fell off of Ratchet and Clank.
You're so wrong.
Because it's for the same reason that like Sly 4 sucks. Like it's just like these are not.
You need to reconnect with your inner child.
These are not how these characters are. These are not how these characters act in the first two games that you set them up as. Like so to throw this like. To have this like sudden change in tone to where like everybody is just acting way more kiddie than they used to, and then Nefarious being the centerpiece of that, I'm like, oh my God, this guy sucks. And he has always been that way, and Nefarious has always represented everything that I've disliked about Ratchet and Clank.
God, you're so wrong.
All of that said, for spoiler reasons, there are things that I love about some of these new characters they introduced that I can't quite get into, and how I wish Ratchet and Clank had gone the way I wish they had gone this way sooner. But that aside, Rivet I love.
Yeah, she's great. Jennifer Hale.
Jennifer Hale's doing a great job. Mm-hmm. Instantly charming, instantly likable.
That first cutscene is like,
as soon as she jumps on screen, you're like, I'm into it.
Because, she's doing her own thing and then somebody's in trouble.
Yeah.
And she's like, just goes out of her way.
Yep. Yeah, it's all great. I just can't say
she's only got one arm, Tavin.
She's only got one arm, which is cool to see. But yeah, I can't get into it as to like all the reasons why I love all these new characters because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah,
but
we don't want to do that.
So many times we introduce new characters into these beloved franchises, and they're like, okay, this is the new guy who's like taking the reins or whatever, however you want to put it, and it's like, fuck, I hate this. Yeah. Like this is not what I like about this. And
we've said before after playing a lot of this, we want a Rivet game.
I want a Rivet game, man. I'll take her own like game spin-off, or if she's the new mainstay, whatever happens, man. I almost like her more than Ratchet and Clank. Like,
I don't know if I'd go that far.
And
they've got tenure. They've got tenure, my friend.
Oh man, they do have tenure. This nostalgia is a deadly weapon.
Yeah,
deadly weapon. Anyways, but yeah, and then. These weapons are.
Oh yeah,
this might just be Ratchet's best arsenal.
That first pistol you get is fucking awesome. Like the burst pistol.
That pistol's okay. I'm a big fan of the more like the widespread. What is it called at first? The Enforcer. The Enforcer weapon. I like that one a lot.
The shotgun.
The sprinkler. The sprinkler is fantastic.
The topiary sprinkler.
Yeah, that's
really
great. There's some returning weapons that I love to see. There are weapons that function identically to like ones we've seen in past games and have a new name or a new design.
Which I mean, there's a shotgun in every single Ratchet and Clank game.
Yeah, but this one functions just a little bit differently than at least from the original trilogy.
I think that the only reason it functions differently is because it's on new hardware.
I think you mean with how they play with the adaptive trigger.
Yeah.
I mean it.
Yeah, well, just the fact it functions
different. More like a double barrel as opposed to just like a pump.
Sure, but I think it's the Blitz cannon in the second game.
The Blitz cannon from 2, yeah. So they function moderately differently. Okay. Like it's slight. You're right. It's they're both shotgun type weapons, but it does function moderately, and they're both electric as well. Mm-hmm. But it does function slightly different. What was another one that was on the tip? Yeah. So there's a lot of great new weapons, some great returning ones, some ones that like feel a lot like old ones, but with a twist. Yep. Some that are straight up just old ones, which are, always love to see.
It's fine. You got the fucking Agents of Doom,
Yeah,
They've been a staple for the whole franchise
since 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, all great to see that thing. And I fucked with everything they give me
For sure.
except for that like drill one. That drill one sucks.
Oh, the what's it called?
Puppy dog bullshit.
Yeah.
Whatever. It sucks.
I haven't really used it that much.
Pup hound or something hound.
Drill hound.
Drill hound sucks. Hate it. Doesn't do.
I haven't really done with it that much. Have you gotten the shield? Like the
Yeah,
the
but I
shield
haven't
gun
found too
thing?
many uses to use it. Like
I tried to use it a little bit on that planet with the fixer, and I was like, that's when I bought it.
yeah,
And I was like, this is kind of interesting.
it's okay, and I like the concept of it, but I just haven't been able to execute on it as much as I would like to. But a lot of these new weapons, I love that sprinkler. I love
Sprinkler's good. I like
the electric gun is great.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera, man.
I like Mr. Fungi.
Fun Guy. I do like Fun Guy.
I think I like Mr. Zircon better from
I like Zircon because he stays with you where Fungi just plants.
No, he'll move around. Fungi moves around.
Yeah, but he doesn't stay with you.
Sure.
Yeah, is what I'm saying.
He kind of lags behind.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he just kind of stays. Anyways, beside
No,
he
he moves
uses
around.
little finger guns.
Yeah, he's got finger guns.
That's hilarious to me. But yeah, this Arsenal, fantastic. Right up there with all of the greats from the original trilogy.
Yep.
And, I don't hear too much about the ones from the PS3. I don't hear too much of anything from the PS3 games.
Yeah.
They are continuing that line of, last Lombax thing, which is weird.
I mean, I know the story now because I kind of got caught myself up before hopping into Rift Apart.
Still weird.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. And then they do some great, but, the worlds, I will say one of my things, I don't know if it's because of how hyper detailed all the worlds are, but none of them stand out to me. They all kind of feel similar-ish.
I just like the general how everything feels huge.
Yeah, everything does feel big. Everything
I'm
does
loving like
there are levels that are bigger and like wider and more explorable than others where, and then some are like pretty much just
I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a world where basically you're hitting crystals to swap dimensions for this world.
Yeah.
And it's one where it's like a dead planet, right? And then there's another one where it's alive again.
It's like it's almost like Star Wars, like seeing Alderaan post and pre Death Star.
That's almost exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And it's you're hopping between low gravity, using magna boots everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like in space, and it's awesome.
Which
and then you're on
I
this
think
awesome like lava planet or
which
whatever.
I think leads into why. So this still is not topped Returnal for my game of the year yet.
It's mine right now.
Yeah,
I haven't played that many new games yet.
I think Returnal feels much better to play. Returnal has a much better use of the adaptive triggers than this game does. I think the use of the adaptive triggers is actually pretty weak in this game.
Okay.
And the use of the like super high detailed vibration in the controller could be taken advantage of more. But those are gimmicks to the PlayStation 5. It is not what makes the PlayStation 5 special.
One thing that I like a lot about the haptic feedback for this game was it's kind of like, I don't know why it stuck out to me so much, but like towards the beginning, Nefarious is like in his like his new office, right? Because he rules the whole world, and he like drags his hand across his desk, and you can feel it in the controller when he does
Really?
it. Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
yeah.
Interesting.
It's really, really cool.
Interesting.
I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up because it stuck in my mind for some reason.
Never noticed that. I compare it directly to Returnal because I think Returnal has the best use of the controller gimmicks.
Sure.
Where like, Returnal's it's a roguelike, so you're constantly, being sent back to the beginning. So like, you see your ship crash a million times in Returnal. And every time the ship the ship goes from like the left side of the screen to the right, and you feel in the controller the ship like crashing or falling into orbit.
Does it eventually do that whole?
And you also feel the pitter patter of rain on the controller. A lot of great little gimmick things.
Does it also like eventually when you do it so many times? Does it do like the kind of Groundhog Day kind of deal where it kind of just does it really quick and then you just get back into the game?
Oh, it's quick from the jump.
Oh, okay,
it's quick from the
because like I feel like roguelikes are like the Groundhog Day of video games.
That's the idea behind it, is that it's Groundhog Day.
And I don't know. You ever watch Happy Death Day?
No.
And so like it's something similar, but where like they would go by. I was just kind of
to get us back on track here.
Sorry.
Ratchet is not. Let me say it like this. Ratchet is I don't think Ratchet is the best PlayStation 5 game, but I do think it is the first next gen game that we've experienced. And
Okay.
I think it's,
I will say,
don't get me wrong. Even though I'm saying it's not the best or whatever, this is a great game and I love it. It's landing probably
I
top
did
3.
I
no
did
matter
buy
what
I
for
did buy
year.
my PS5 to play Ratchet.
Exactly. So, but the instant loading, the jumping into worlds like super quick, and the dimension hopping. You mentioned that level where you're hitting a stone and then
Yep.
suddenly you're in a different level. Granted, they all use pretty similar assets, but like they're using them in different ways and stuff.
Very, very cool.
And it's dramatic differences like that on other hardware just can't be done.
Yeah.
It's a prime example of why this generation is more than just a visual upgrade. It's something that I think is novel now, but we will quickly lose sight of what makes that cool. With a few years
it'll
under
become
this generation's belt.
like what's the word? Like we'll just take it for granted. Like it'll be like same as it always been.
100%. You know, we'll go back. Someone will go back and play Skyrim and be like, "What the fuck? Why are we sitting here for a minute,
Yeah,
like
right.
looking at an elephant? Like, what is happening here?"
Looking at a statue of a dragon or something like that.
Yeah. So, the instant quick loading, and then when you are your dimension hopping, which a little bit of a let down for me is that there's a lot less. The dimension hopping is purely narrative. Like there is no control over when you're hopping into different dimensions and ending up in different spaces and that. Most control.
Those little pocket dimensions where it's like a little bonus level, little platform stage.
Yeah, so that's cool, but it would have been cooler if it was like, I can open a dimension and hop through and then now I'm in a different world or something. And none of that really happens. The game only sends you through when it is, and it's clear like the animation of Ratchet or Rivet falling through the dimension like web or whatever is a loading screen, but it's a second. It's a second or two long. Like it's not long at all.
It's very, very fucking quick.
And like it'll happen in the middle of a boss fight, like where like okay, suddenly I'm in a different level and I have to react instantly. They showed
it in the trailer, but there's that one in Nefarious City where like you're fighting the Juggernaut thing.
Yeah, it's one of those bigger robot things, and you fall through and then it follows you in, and the fight is still going, and now you're fighting. You're fighting different enemy types.
Total different, like little mobs. Yeah,
you're who weren't like when a level loads, it loads those enemy types. But when you jump into another level, like the first level didn't load enemy type B, but now they're here and they were here instantly. So all of that is, and there's little to no pop in. There's no texture buffering. None of it.
I've noticed nothing like super graphically.
Graphically, no. I've had visual bugs, a lot of clipping, a lot of like NPCs like
I've had plenty of clipping.
Yeah.
I thought I broke platforming one time because there's the seeker pede thing like from like after you beat it, and like I was like hopping on it and like I kind of fell through a little bit, and I was like, oh god, am I stuck? I just kept jumping, and I was like, out of it.
Yeah, so a lot of that, but nothing game breaking. Just quick little moment of that's funny.
Yeah.
And then just the general gameplay again just feels great. This is when it like Ratchet and
Clank Rift Apart really makes you feel like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
It really does. Like I don't know if Ratchet has ever felt better to control than he does in this game. I will say though, every time they break away from the overall or from the general gameplay loop, I hate it. Well, I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I like it a lot less than, and to varying degrees. There's, some, I'll call them vehicle sections. There are some types of vehicle sections that work better than others. And then, there are some where I'm like, okay, this works, it's fine. And then there's some where I'm like, I would really rather not be doing this right now. Can I get back to the normal thing? There's like little hacking mini games that I think are functional.
I don't know.
But they're not like fun. Like they're just kind of there. And it's every time they pull me away from that central combat loop, I go, oh,
I like the Clank puzzles. I will say that I like those. You don't like those?
I like them fine. They're my least favorite type of Clank puzzles we've ever seen in the franchise. Like the ones in the original game in 2000, whenever did these better than what we're seeing here in Rift Apart.
I don't know if I like those better.
With the control of the drones? Yeah, the drones are way better. Where this, it's literally just a.
Yeah, I don't know if I like those better.
It's literally just a hit a check. Like these puzzles feel like just checking off marks. Like okay, I did this, and now I did this, and now I do this, and now the puzzle is solved. And whereas like before, it felt like, fuck, how do I get these guys to do what I need to do? Okay, so if I do that and then, oh, okay, here it is. And then, but there's never a aha moment with these puzzles for me.
Okay.
Because I think they're just so simple in execution, and there's no real mechanical difference between them. It is throw thing at thing. Oh, that worked. Okay, cool. Throw thing at other thing. That didn't work. Okay, well, let me try this way then. Okay,
Well,
that worked. Anyways,
If you're smart, you don't need to throw thing at thing and it didn't work.
sometimes you need to experiment with a new mechanic, my friend. Come on now.
Just
silly.
saying.
But, yeah, overall, really like the game. I think narratively it's just fine, but it doesn't need to be anything more than fine.
Yeah.
It's a Ratchet and Clank game.
Fucking love it.
Characters are charming, overwhelmingly charming, and
All of them.
all of them, except for Nefarious.
You're wrong.
Except for Dr. Nefarious.
You're wrong.
And yeah, overall, just can't. I can't get enough. I can't wait to beat it. Can't wait to platinum it.
Ratchet and Clank.
And I, you know, Insomniac continues to just keep knocking it out of the
They sure
park,
do.
release after release after release. Like
Goddamn.
they didn't miss once in the last generation. I can't speak to the.
Did you even play a Sunset Overdrive?
No, I did not. I did not play Sunset Overdrive.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, people like Sunset Overdrive. People liked the Resistance games mostly. And then, you know, I don't hear bad things about the PS3 games, but, you know, I don't hear phenomenal things either. And then I think there was a couple of, like, side spin-off games that nobody liked. But, you know, in terms of, like, main, these are, like, the ones that we're putting on resumes. Like, Insomniac does great work. And they just continue to be one of the best developers in the business. And it's another one where they just knocked it out of the park.
Agreed.
I'll say the mechanics and ideas that are being experimented with here in Rift Apart. I can't wait to
see them
to
in
see
Spider-Man.
man.
I had the same exact
Can't
thought. When I was switching
fucking
back
wait.
and forth between Rivet and Ratchet, I was like, dude, they're totally going to do this in Spider-Man 2 with Peter and Miles.
They're gonna make it a button.
They're going to do the same shit with Peter and Miles, dude.
And it's gonna be that shit where it's like exactly what I was hoping for with Rift Apart, where it's like, man, I can press a button and hop into another dimension. It's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna press a button and I'm gonna be
Miles.
I'm gonna be Miles
Peter.
on the other side of the city or something, and you know, or maybe they're gonna do some like some Spider-Verse shit or something.
God, it'll never happen, but I want a co-op. mode.
Oh, it'll never happen.
It'll never
The
happen.
most we'll get is mode, maybe, with like some linear level design or
God,
something.
it'd be so fun.
It would be fun.
Fucking two Spider-Men swinging around. God, that'd be so sick.
Anyways, Phil, anything of note you want to say about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart?
Good.
Good indeed. Worth your $70?
Yes.
I agree. $70. I mean, I generally don't agree with the price hike of this generation, but you know, it happened.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So
it is what it is now.
Definitely
it's
worth,
not going back.
Absolutely, definitely worth full price. Definitely worth even owning a PlayStation 5 4. I would argue, at least in this first year of games that have been available to us with the PlayStation 5.
For sure.
That if you own a PS5, this should be in
There's
this
no
should be in
reason
your
for you
library.
not to.
That it's blasphemy to not play this game.
It's Ratchet, dude.
It absolutely is. And it's Ratchet arguably at his best, you know, except for at this point he's fighting nostalgia. So, anyways, that is going to be it for our Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart review. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Like,
God, this game is
comment.
good.
It's a good game right there, Philip. And remember to catch us over here, youtube.com/2Penny Gamescast every Monday, 8 a.m. Remember to catch us at twitch.tv/2Penny Games for Hype Tuesday, 1 p.m. Central Time. We are playing Mass Effect 2 this week. Please jump in. Watch Phil play Mass Effect 2 for the first time.
I'm going to do it.
It's very exciting.
I'm going to kill people.
But until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. And Phil, go ahead and say goodbye to the people one more time for me.
Bye!